I hope you are doing well today, and I want to welcome you back. Here we are. We have continued a little bit further down the path of Peter's life here. If you remember in our first lesson here, we saw that Peter, with the miraculous catch of fish, he had just met Jesus and found himself to be completely unworthy to even be in Jesus' presence. He fell at his feet, grabbed onto his knees, and said, "Get away from me, Lord. I am not worthy." And now that we've walked a little further down the path, and Peter's been walking with him, and he's been building up his faith, but he's walked on some water, but he's also sank some. I mean, we see that Peter is living this erratic life. And we see it's nowhere is it more evident than in Matthew chapter 16. So if you want to tune in there and read that, it's really kind of interesting. Because in Matthew 16, starting at verse 13, we see that Jesus is asking the disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" And they're saying, some say Elijah, and some say one of the prophets. And Jesus says, "But who do you say that I am?" And Peter speaks up very boldly and says, "You are the Messiah. You are the Son of God." And Jesus tells him, "You know what? Man didn't reveal this to you. God revealed this to you. You're no longer Simon. You are Peter. You are the rock." And I imagine Peter's feeling pretty good at this point. That's one of the highs. But then if we see, you go to verse 21, just 8 verses after the beginning of that story, the very next story, and it talks about that Jesus is telling the disciples that he's going to be taken, that he's going to be crucified. And Peter once again jumps in, leaning on that flesh of his, leaning on that mind and that reasoning of his. And he says, "Never, Lord, this will never happen to you." And Jesus tells him, "Get behind me, Satan." So imagine going from that high to that low. When we love Jesus and we want to step out there boldly and do things for him, we're gonna make some mistakes. We're gonna make some wrong turns. We're gonna think we're doing some right when really we're saying the wrong thing. But I just want to encourage you, remember Peter. There's gonna come a time where Peter's shadow is gonna pass over people and they're gonna be healed. So if you've made some mistakes, if you've gone down some wrong paths, don't beat yourself up. Do what Peter did. Just keep walking with Jesus. Just keep sitting at his feet, and you're going to get to that place that God has for you. God bless you. Have a blessed day, and never forget that Jesus loves you, and so do we. Have a blessed, blessed day.